Hi, I'm Donald Tallman, the Executive Director of the Colorado Railroad Museum, and I'd like to welcome you to this edition of the Iron Horse News video magazine. You know, 2014 has begun, and we've got a lot of great events and exhibits scheduled to appeal to all ages this year. Check our website, coloradorailroadmuseum.org, for all the details. You know, we begin this segment with Andrea Bester, our Depot General Store manager, who'll talk about some of the many items that are available at the Depot General Store. We'll get a behind-the-scenes look at the extensive Denver HO Club layout in the lower level of the museum. And Carla Ehrenholz, our education manager, shares some of our upcoming parent and child workshops and our exciting new junior engineer program. I'm proud that Lauren Giebler, our museum curator, was recently appointed to serve on the Preservation Review Board for the state of Colorado to review state and national register nominations. She'll talk about what that means and what we have on the state and national registers. Kathy McCardwell, our archivist and librarian, will delve into our collection of official guides from 1860 to the present. And finally, Jack Campbell, our Chief Mechanical Officer, will share what's happening at the Roundhouse and around the grounds. It's a full schedule, so let's get started.
I'm Andrea Bester, Store Coordinator and Buyer. Here in the store, we are gearing up for an exciting new year. We sell a variety of gifts and souvenirs that appeal to rail fans of all ages. We have one of the largest selections of Thomas & Friends Wooden Railway, books that explore Colorado and narrow gauge history, t-shirts that range from Colorado Railroad Museum to fun plays on railroading. Continue to check our website out for our next auction starting February 2014. Keep in mind we still offer our 2014 museum calendar featuring Otto Kuhler's artwork. Thank you to all our guests and members for a great 2013, and we look forward to seeing you down the line.
Hi, I'm Randy Lee, President of the Denver HO Model Railroad Club. The club has been a part of the museum since 1968, when we moved in and set up the layout. The first several years were spent devoted to developing the layout, designing it, building the enclosure so that the public could see. And then in more recent years, we've just been keeping it running, opening it to the public. And every Tuesday afternoon from 1 to 4, the club is open for museum visitors to come in, see the layout. But even when we're not here, visitors can still run the layout for a quarter. We have 2 coin box machines. The first one runs the train, the burning of the IRS, the skating rink. The other one runs the amusement park with its miniature railroad and all of the rides that are activated by that quarter. So if you get a chance, come on down to the museum layout, see us. We're open Tuesday afternoons from 1 to 4, and we look forward to seeing you then.
Hi, I'm Education Manager Carla Ehrenholz. In the last video, I told you about our 2014 adult education programs. This time, I'd like to tell you about 2 of our 2014 children's programs, the Junior Engineer Club and Parent and Child Workshops. The Junior Engineer Club is a membership club for children ages 2 through 12. A one-time fee of just $50 gets you into the club until you turn 13. Benefits include free admission to the museum for one child, 10% off of kids merchandise in the Depot General Store, 10% off of birthday caboose rentals, 10% off parent and child workshops, an official Junior Engineer Club patch, Spike's special birthday discount to the museum and online stores, and discounted tickets to Day Out with Thomas. Give us a call or check our website out to sign up today. Parent and child workshops are fun, hands-on classes scheduled on select Sundays throughout the year that are designed for children and a parent or guardian to attend together. The 2014 Parent and Child Workshop schedule includes activities and topics for a variety of ages. On February 2nd or November 2nd, you can join us for Little Engineers. This workshop for 3 to 5-year-olds includes games, songs, stories, and crafts designed to engage young children. If you and your child are curious about model railroading, join us on March 23rd, along with members of the Denver HO Club and Denver Garden Railway Society for Intro to Model Railroading. On May 4th, we'll go loco for locomotives and explore the world of steam to diesel. as well as go on a behind-the-scenes tour of 2 locomotive cabs. On July 24th, we'll see what it's like to work on the railroad through real railroad demonstrations, like whistle signals, the job of a brakeman, and a telegrapher. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Lauren Giebler, curator at the Colorado Railroad Museum. Recently, I was appointed by Governor John Hickenlooper to serve on the Colorado Historic Preservation Review Board. This board works closely with the State Historic Preservation Office, or SHPO, to review nominations to state and national historic registers. These registers play an important role in historic preservation, especially because a historic structure must be registered before it is eligible for state or national historic preservation funds. Since 1996, the Colorado Railroad Museum has successfully nominated 13 pieces of rolling stock to the State Historic Register. Denver and Rio Grande Western locomotives number 346, 683, and 50, Denver South Park and Pacific locomotive number 191, Rio Grande Southern locomotive number 20, Denver and Rio Grande Western passenger cars number 307 and B8, the Colorado Midland Observation Car, the Great Western Combine number 100, Denver and Rio Grande Caboose number 49, Denver and Rio Grande Western Caboose number 0578, and Galloping Geese number 2, 6, and 7. We have received state preservation funding for Caboose 49, Locomotive 191, the Midland, and our Galloping Geese. Additional cars are being considered for nomination, including the Navajo and Denver and Rio Grande Western locomotive number 491. I hope you get an opportunity to come out and see some of these cars that we've been working on and support us as we continue this important historic preservation work.
Hi, I'm Kathy McCardwell, archivist and librarian at the Colorado Railroad Museum. This month, I wanted to introduce you to a resource we use to answer a wide range of questions, from I'm writing a novel, how would my character get from New York to Seattle in 1891, to when did the railroad add a stop in my town? For these sorts of questions, we refer to the official guides. Published monthly from the 1860s to the present, the official guide has undergone a number of name changes. The content, however, has remained pretty much the same. It is, in effect, a compilation of condensed timetables, predominantly from railroads, but also from some steamship lines, bus lines, airlines, even stagecoach lines throughout North and Central America. I hesitate to say all railroads from these regions, but it is pretty close to comprehensive coverage. In the 1970s, the official guides were broken apart into freight and passenger sections. The passenger section ceased publication in the 1990s, but the freight section is still going strong. While the Richardson Library does have a strong timetable collection, the official guides are useful in that they provide a single unified source for nearly all transportation methods in North and Central America, which makes it easier to figure out schedules that might involve moving between different railroads or transportation types. The Colorado Railroad Museum has an extensive collection of official guides from 1868 to the current issue, with some gaps. Due to space constraints, however, we don't retain every volume. Generally, we keep 1 or 2 copies per year. These are all available to the public, except for those editions that are in particularly poor shape, such as the early part of the 19-teens. With the support of donors, we hope to procure new copies, reprints, or microfilm versions of the years for which our holdings are particularly fragile and therefore not accessible to researchers. For more information on accessing these titles, or to inquire about donating to help us fill out our collection, please contact the library at 303-279-4591 or email library@crrm.org.
Hi, I'm Jack Campbell with the Colorado Railroad Museum. I run the Roundhouse, and the current projects at the Roundhouse are the 491 K37 locomotive here. We've got our rider car project continuing. We're working on the seating for the rider car project and the siding for the rider car project. We got sheet metal siding that we're making ourselves that looks like the tongue and groove siding that the cars originally had. We have the Tahoe inside now, coming in for paint and some window work and an end sill. And we're still working on the Uwinnacar 50 for a full restoration, along with passenger car trucks for that project.
My name's Bill Roby. I'm a trustee here at the Colorado Railroad Museum. This is a pretty special place to me. I grew up north of Boston, and in my early years I gained an interest in trains and rocks and minerals. And as I got older, I kind of found out that there's other places in the country that are more interesting than New England for trains and rocks and minerals, and it turned out that place was Colorado. I also found out that there was a place in Golden called the Colorado Railroad Museum, so when I was in high school, I became a member of the Colorado Railroad Museum. When graduation time came around, I was quite fortunate to find out that I was accepted to a school that also had the same address as the Railroad Museum in Golden, Colorado. So there was no question about where I'd want to go to school, and that's what I did. After I graduated, I ended up working at Coors in the corporate real estate, the land and water department. Drove by the Colorado Railroad Museum quite often as a part of that work. And one day I noticed that the old Iron Horse Motel was gone, and I stopped in and I talked to Chuck Albee and I said, when are you going to complete the loop? And Chuck said, well, we need somebody to do it. And I said, well, I'd be glad to take that project on. I became the manager of the project to complete the loop. Shortly thereafter, I was invited to the advisory board at the Railroad Museum. And then after that, I managed to gain the confidence of the board and became a trustee. I've been a trustee now for about 12 or 15 years, I think. So with all of that having been said, this place really is a special place to me. It's also an awesome place. And being a trustee of the museum is an awesome responsibility. Those of us who are trustees are not necessarily burdened, but it's our responsibility to assure that this museum will exist long beyond our time, that it will exist to perpetuity. That means that as trustees, we need to assure that the resources, that the staff, the land, and the financial resources are in place to assure that this museum can continue forever. We certainly have an exciting, dynamic facility right now with a lot going on and a tremendous staff and a great executive director that has many, many different things going on around here to attract the old rail fan crowd as well as the newer, younger families. So there's plenty of opportunities around here besides being a trustee, and anybody who's interested in helping us to perpetuate the Railroad Museum and to see it grow and thrive, there's lots of things here to do. So don't hesitate to check in here at the museum and talk to Donald Tallman, our executive director, and possibly find out what you can do around here to make this place even better.
As we begin this new year, we'd like your feedback on the Iron Horse News video magazine. Let us know what you think about the format, the content, and what you'd like to see in future segments. I'd also like your help in spreading the word about this unique video magazine to your friends who might not know about us. So drop me a line at donald@crrm.org. And remember, the Colorado Railroad Museum is a great place to lose track of time. See you next time.